Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. One more thing I wanted to add before we get started here is that I will pick up on the energies of the cards based on the surrounding cards. And the meanings will come through differently every time based on the other cards that are there in the reading. And I get asked this a lot, like how come the meaning of the card is changing? Because the surrounding cards are changing. And I will periodically explain to you why I say what I say, because of the energies of the cards that are there in the reading at that point in time. And I also give you references to the energies that I picked up on the prior cards, and that will affect the meaning of the cards that come after that. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you're mindful of which cards are paired up in the reading. Now, let's get to it. So the first card for today you have, Scorpio, is High Vibrations, and it further says Transformation. Now, this looks like a heart to me, like undergoing a transformation. So either it's spiritually that you're elevating, kind of rejecting the static and just raising your vibrations in the way you think, you emote, you communicate. This could also be tending to the heart. You're working on cardio or taking care of your heart in other ways. This could go either ways. Now, further down, it says, you have chosen to step into a higher vibration that is in alignment with your soul path and higher knowing. You now have the awareness that you are limitless and ready for transformation. So, yeah, the higher knowing, once we are aware and ready, that's when the transformation truly begins. It further says here, you are the tuning fork, the chrysalis, the storm cloud humming with dawn. Lift your frequency and the world will meet you at the higher note. Tend the spark, but mind the burn. Let breath be your steering wheel. Passion your engine and watch every cell bloom into its next brighter octave. Yeah, I do feel that, you're clearing out your space. You're also clearing out your clutter. Maybe you're organizing things, redecorating your space, just deep cleaning your house or your office space, or, you could be participating in support groups that clean up neighborhoods and shores and things like that, to transform the shore space or the environmental space. You could be deep saging your house as well. So I do feel that you're about purifying things, the way you live, the way you eat. You're not preferring any kind of additives in your food. You could be, staying away from any negative chatter, any kind of gossip that doesn't wipe. Gossip in the sense that gossip that is not healthy. You're probably staying away, steering clear from those situations. I also feel that some of you might be feeling very sensitive to the things that you're eating, consuming, the environments that you are in, specifically high noise environments. You might be feeling a little icky in terms of, when the noise gets higher. I also feel that some of you, might be working out the heart chakra. There's a lot of meditation. There's a lot of spiritual meditation, guided meditation that helps unblock the heart chakra as well, if that's your thing. I also feel that, something at the core level is changing. Maybe it's the way you dress up. It's the way you talk. It's the way you emote. Maybe your food choices, your music choices, maybe the playlist that you play is also changing. And I've heard that if you, for those of you who listen to music while working or while studying, if you tune into lo-fi beats, it actually helps you make it, it actually helps with the productivity. The lo-fi beats actually help perform better or learn better. Now when it comes to higher vibrations, you might be shifting up or changing up your friend circle or the places that you visit with your friends, or the things and activities that you do with your friends. Maybe now you're shifting towards more reading, or if you were reading, maybe you're shifting towards gardening, but maybe your friends are also, or you're joining your friends or creating some hobby or art or activity. Maybe you're hiking. Maybe you are, dancing or something like that, doing together to raise the vibration of your body, to raise the vibration of the environment in general. So this could also be meditation clubs where you, do a lot of breath work. I feel the breath work is very essential to the heart chakra. It really opens up the heart chakra. So you might be into that as well. Box breathing, that really calms the nervous system down. Now, some of you might be even shifting your drinks. Like maybe you've decided to discipline yourself. Like I'm gonna go only for 1 or 2 cups of coffee, and if I crave for more, if there's an urge for more, then I switch it up with another drink like green tea or matcha or something like that. And once we do that, I have tried that a lot myself. Once we do that, we do observe differences in our energy level. So some of you might be doing that as well. Now, when it comes to you, education, I feel that you might be reading up more higher level books, or if you're in the education industry, maybe you're a teacher or in some way contribute to the education industry, I feel that you are also planning activities that elevate the vibrations of the entire institute or college or school, either through some kind of collective activities for the teachers, so that they get to know each other better, or even in the classrooms, you might be using a lot of spiritual lingo or some kind of yoga exercises or some kind of daily affirmations in order to, raise the vibrations of the collective class or the collective school and things like that. And for the most part that I've read a lot of news in regards to these practices being implemented in schools. It calms the minds down, it grounds the kids, and becomes a habit from younger age so that they're able to practice it as they grow up and always stay in high vibrations. So, and these practices, when they come from younger ages, they actually prove that, the results prove that students are more focused, they're more compassionate, they're more they stay more grounded, they're less agitated and things like that. So some of you could be doing that in the education industry if you're associated with it, or in the community in some shape or form, like just to get a group of people together and help them elevate. Through that, when people come together, I've noticed when they come together for some kind of meditation or yoga, after that they hang out together, they share a lot together, or they start an activity together, maybe biking or reading together and things like that. And that creates like another momentum, which is very high vibe and high spirited. So some of you could be into that. Now, for those of you movie bugs that are interested, watch the Black Panther. Absolutely wonderful movie that you will totally relate with this. It's the movie of alchemy of it's called The Black Panther of Wakanda Forever, and see how the main character Shuri, alchemizes and works wonders in this movie. It's amazing to watch. So for those of you who really like to tap into this energy and want to learn a thing or two about this, how to escalate it, how to alchemize your own life, you can check out the movie Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Or if you're interested in just high vibe songs and music that uplift you, you can listen to Higher Love. That's a total, this energy completely plays out in that song. One of my best favorites. It has a beautiful, it's by Whitney Houston. And it's by Whitney Houston and one more artist, I can't remember the name, but it's amazing song, Higher Love. It elevates you, your mood, and your frequency and your vibration. So it's absolutely wonderful. And to that note, I'm also picking up energy of some Scorpios that might be learning some kind of music, or DJing skills is also coming through very strong. So, or playing with the tones of, or the volume or something like that of music, or maybe even sound healing, those sound bowls, singing bowls, crystal bowls and things like that. You might be working on that, learning about it, or trying that for meditation as well. Deep bass and DJing also comes through very strong with this. And actually opens up our mind, as a therapy. It's a huge way to to heal. And the music, the sound of the singing bowls, it just sinks into that entire body. And I myself feel it, like every cell vibrating to that music. It's really amazing. And these days there are singing bowls for every chopper, so you can listen to those frequency music as well. So, if you look at the picture, there is fire. That's the main energy, and transformation happens through the element of air. The air, it starts the change, it stirs it up, and fire is the element that transforms it, that purifies it, that refines the element, right? It's just like barbecuing or cooking. It just changes raw material, alchemizes it. So fire is that purifier. It removes all the, negative thing that needs to go. And if you use the air element and the fire, it actually turns into flames, which purifies the environment. And that, especially for us, if we have that fire and passion and we do breathwork, it actually causes the true metamorphosis which is needed. You can also meditate on some Archangel presence, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael. These are all angels that support the transformation. It raises us, uplifts us in spirit. So a lot of sword energy, a lot of one's energy with this. And I feel that this fire, which is lit up over here, is going to give you the courage to move forward, to step into the next version of you, to burn away the old script that you have been living by. And I feel that this has been fueled by the thoughts, by sudden elevation. It says of a higher knowing. So suddenly you have this aha moment, you know things, you understand things better. You visualize things, you have more insights. And those moments actually light up this fire inside of us to create that change. So it further says over here, when you lift your frequency, your whole world retunes. Yeah, so great energy here, Scorpio. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the Jupiter Moon Ganymede. Ganymede is so interesting. Did you know that there is an explorer, which is called JUICE, Juice, and for those of you who are interested in knowing, JUICE is GIU stands for Jupiter. IC stands for IC, IC in the sense that IC bar, IC cold, and E is the explorer. So this, there is a mission which is going on, and I actively follow that. For those of you astronomy enthusiasts, you can read up about that as well. And this current JUICE is now been sent to Jupiter. And I think it's like a 5-6 year mission or something like that. Is what I was reading. And see, the most interesting part about this Ganymede is that people have figured out that there are some salty water oceans under its icy cold surface. It's the first largest moon of Jupiter that actually has a magnetic field of its own, other than the Earth's moon, So this Ganymede has been known to have like oceans, and I believe the name of the oceans is Callisto and Europa is what I had studied, have learned, read about it. So and now they saw it through telescopes before, the Hubble Space Telescopes. They were seeing that there were some oceans underneath the surface of this moon, which is Ganymede. And now this JUICE, the explorer, has gone to this moon to study it in more depth. And when it comes back and sends its pictures, we will know more what's going on with this Ganymede. But, it's so surprising. I saw this after a long time, Ganymede energy. And yeah, it's really great. It's very powerful. So it says further here, pursuing a course or study, or so you might be studying something. You might be opening yourself up to other learning modalities or, online classes, or this could be even studying together with the group. I already told you that with the higher elevation or higher vibration spirit, there is also already an energy of you studying something, pursuing something, of higher energy. So I do feel that you are being very curious, you're learning a lot, you're asking the right questions to your mentors. Some of you might be into research and development as well, but learning new things, learning a lot of new things, training your mindset, growing your horizons. Some of you could be looking to join some college or institutions or some kind of mentorship, who can coach you or mentor you online. So that could be it for some of you. It further says over here, Ganymede pours starlight into your cup and Jupiter's thunder reminds you to dream huge. Of course, Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, the ruler of 9th house and 12th house of Sagittarius and Pisces energy. And we have Jupiter moon over here. It says, elevate your thoughts, share your bounties, your passion with wisdom. Elevation is the core of this reading. So it says the universe expands through you, one generous idea, one bravely, one lifted heart at a time. Drink deeply and let your spirit grow sky high. And for those of you who have read the mythology that's in regards to this Ganymede, of course, in this picture, only the moon is shown. But if you see the mythological figure, it's a cupbearer. And he rides this eagle, which is made of starlight. For those of you, you can go and read it up furthermore. You can watch some videos of it too. Now, in his hands, he lifts a golden, chalice, the golden chalice. That and from that golden chalice, what comes out is our water. It's bright sparks is coming out. It's like, it's like sharing the, what do you call, the bright sparks. I would say the what do you call that thing, the cosmic nectar or something like that. It's a very generous scene if you see that. And Father Over says here, lift up, share the gift, grow bigger than you thought you could. So again, expansive energies. And I feel that, you are either learning something or you're growing in your position. Maybe you're ready to play the big game right now, Scorpio, like play in a larger league, right? Whether it's in sports or whether it's at work. Maybe you have new job titles or maybe working with more team members. Or if you are, in the entertainment industry or something like that, you're elevating, you're going next level. So you'll see like more shows, more people, wider audience, bigger rooms. Theaters where your show is being played or where you're performing. It could be that as well. A little bit like life is becoming larger for you. So with this energy, when you go next level, you have to, new people come in and you have to delegate your task to them. So some of you could be mentoring and, passing down your knowledge and information to those newbies as well. And I do feel that some of you will be getting invited or are already in that energy of, collaborating with the international across the globe. Or, some of you could even be learning through travel. Jupiter energy is 9,000 energy of travel, foreign travel. So some of you could be traveling to different places and learning about them, because a lot of learning, knowledge, and growth and experience happens when we go on travel, either by air or road trips, whatever that is for you. So I do feel that this is about being generous as well, so that we all lift each other up. We all grow when we connect with each other. And also there is water energy to this. There is another moon as I see, and there's oceans below. It's a lot of water energy. So water is very crucial. Drink water, stay hydrated, and I feel that I feel that there is also a air energy with this, because there is a lot of knowledge and passing down knowledge as well. So a lot of inspiration. I feel, Scorpio, you are getting inspired or you're inspiring people. And I would say when this energy of air and water, they come together, it's an unstoppable moment. Because water provides the growth. Air stores things up. So air and water is a very powerful combination, and it's like you're getting that boost of energy to push forward higher ideas. There's a lot, and Scorpio, you're ruled by Mars. Mars gives that kick, that turbo power boost that we need to keep moving forward, to give that passion. Now, the only caveat with this energy is to not go on an overdrive. It's like if you're in a meeting, for example, if you work in corporate and you have to solve a problem, or with somebody's asking you for a solution and you pitch a risky idea, you don't have the facts and everything. And then you're like, you're like insistent that, let's just go with this idea. We have to do it this way, this, that, and the third. So that's some of this energy is asking you to, when you pitch an idea, you have a bigger vision. Sorry about the noise, guys. Yeah, so the Jupiter energy will make you more generous with your ideas, with sharing your information, sharing your contacts, your resources and things like that. So the big picture vision is good that you're able to give and, good ideas, but don't just be insistent that that's the only idea and it should be done only a specific way. Allow others to participate and share that idea, share that vision, and, kind of work on it with you as a team. Now, if you watch the movie Hidden Figures, there is a main character in that, Katherine Johnson, and it's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant movie, guys. If you really want to stretch your mind, see a movie. It's about breaking limits. It's about just reaching far and beyond. Hidden Figures, that's the name of the movie. Watch it. I totally loved it. I saw it like once or twice or thrice. I think I saw it 2-3 times, and I really liked it, Hidden Figures. And if you're interested in a nice song to just uplift your spirit and give you that nice boost of energy, you can listen to a Stevie Wonder song that I really like. It's called Higher Ground. So listen to that song. You will love it. Now, some of you might be into public speaking or out there on the stage, and I feel that if you get the jitters or you're scared of it, I feel that you should definitely say yes to those opportunities, Scorpio, at this point in time, because you will need it. Yeah, it puts us out of our comfort zone, especially when Jupiter is around. Jupiter energy is playing out, especially over here you got the dynamic moon. This energy will put you out of the comfort zone, but then once we get a hang of it, everything's going to work out fine. So if you are being put outside your comfort zone, say yes to those events for sure. Those gigs that really scare you is the gig that will expand your vision, your horizons. Now, for some of you, I feel that you're also upgrading your food. I already said that with the high vibrations. You're switching up your diet or introducing healthier nutrients in your diet. You're not about adding any kind of additives. You're more about, nutrients and all of that. Now, some of you, I'm also picking up the energy of someone sipping rich, hot cacao, or maybe just coffee even, there's a lot of medicinal mushrooms that are available. I'm picking up the energy of medicinal mushrooms being used in cacao. It's a beautiful flavor. I'm picking up the smell of that. And also it has good nutrients. So some of you could be taking to that as well. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the 9 of Wands, which is the 9 of air. The 9 of Swords in general. So that's overthinking, thinking too much, fear, something's bothering you. Further down, it says criticism. It also says this 9 of Wands slices away illusion, but only to carve a clearer path for your flight. Let every cutting word become a carving tool. Every sharp breeze a lift beneath your wings. Breathe a deep, polish your thoughts, and turn critique into crystal clarity. When the mind is clear, the world feels like wide, welcoming sky. Yeah, so it's about turning negative feedback into something powerful for you. And if you see the picture, there is the lot of red color, which is, I feel, the color of Mars, and you are ruled by Mars, Scorpio. So, just be mindful of, if you see the image, there's a lot of like sharp words or sharp, like lightning-like vibes coming to this person's mouth, to the eyes. So cutting way of looking, cutting way of speaking, that might need to be changed up, to other, because you're rising in vibration. So some things that people say, the critique might feel awkward, might feel off, but then it will lead to better results if you pay attention to that. And while you're responding, if you can just put a kinder spin on it, and just remain high vibe and don't respond with the same frequency that other person's sending a note to you. So if somebody is criticizing, take it as a positive criticism, and this will help you see things more clearly. Whatever criticism again, and they say keep your enemies closer because they provide the critique, they provide the things that are flaws, they give feedback, they help us improve. Now, whether that's in your own self or it's a job or it's your own house or, some plan that you're making and somebody's critiquing it, or some kind of relationship, somebody's critiquing it, whatever that is, the harsh words, yes, they cut us deep. Hang with Scorpio energy, you can sting deep too, but this energy is not about that. This energy is not overthinking, but use it to, to elevate, to sharpen your own skills. If this is in regards to something that you're doing over and over again, then you can fix those repetitive cycles or patterns as well. Let go of those because it's not working for you. It's putting you in the Nine of Swords energy, the Nine of Wind energy. So it's really not helping you because I do feel that you're overthinking things a lot, that, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Some of you might be thinking that about yourself. Negative self-talk, it's called, So replace that with positive self-talk, like I'm good, I'm enough, I get better with every passing day and things like that. So it further says over here, words can wound or they can wake us up. Choose a second. So waking up is what's required. This energy is encouraging you to not keep thinking, to not be drowning in your wounds, but instead wake up to the reality, remove the mental fog, because those words are meant to give you the clarity. Here, you're just putting things in a loop and thinking it over and over again. So talk it out, communicate better. Say what's bothering you, and you can always reword it to be more kinder so that you get the right ideas. You can bounce off, you can have sounding boards, you can use people as sounding boards, run your ideas through them, tell them what's bothering you. Because if these are your thoughts, and if you allow them to, if you don't allow them, I would say, if you don't allow any space in your head, instead, you turn these thoughts, you ground it, you ground your energy. It's like, there's some thoughts which are bothering, but if you get up and you go walk or you go write it down or you practice some kind of meditation, it'll counter. It's an antidote to this kind of energy. So, and of course, there's a lot of redness, there's a lot of Martian energy. And, Mars is actually firing you up because it's entering Scorpio. So you will feel a little bit hit too hard. I feel that people might be coming at you, whether at work, giving you a tougher feedback, on this project could have been done better. And you feel a little bit kind of, vulnerable there, like, oh, you feel a little bit not too good, of course, when somebody's giving, like, critiquing our work, then, we have a tendency to just, lash out, or you want to just, leave that place of work, you want to resign and things like that. Some of these thoughts might be coming to you, but that's not the point. The point is to come back stronger, to fix those problems that have been pointed out to you. I was reading about a startup company that was launching products, and when they opened up their products, it didn't do well. And all the angel investors that were funding that startup, they actually trusted the process, and that startup, I can't remember the name of the startup. It's a Silicon Valley startup, and I'll let you know, when I find out. And in the next Scorpio video, if I recall it, I will share it with you. But whatever that is, that Silicon Valley startup, it was really honest about its product. And then the investor suggested them to make the changes, in their failed products. And then it relaunched it with newer features in a newer way, with newer marketing, being very honest about their journey. And then they did really well. So yeah, initially words hurt, words cut through, it's painful, but they're powerful as well. It's painful because you might need to redo it or you might need to come back stronger and things like that. But then, it saves you some embarrassment, especially when you're releasing things and, people don't appreciate the pre-release. And you're like, okay, you know what? Some people are not really appreciating it. So let me just go back to the drawing board and write something else or tweak it a little bit and release it after a month or two and something like that. Now, some of you, I'm also seeing that you're joining, you're trying to overcome your fears in public speaking. Public speaking is a super skill to have, let me tell you that. And some of you might be trying to overcome that by going up on the stage, facing stage fright, or joining the Toastmasters Club. You all know about the Toastmasters Club. That's really a great way to overcome any fear of debates, of talking, of prompt speaking and things like that. If I now watch the movie Whiplash and you'll get some ideas. It's an Andrew Neiman movie, and it's all about coaching, fierce coaching, breakthroughs, critiques, and all of that. And you'll know that you're not alone. You'll know how these situations are tackled by the most successful people. For those of you who are elevate your spirit through this energy, you can do it by listening to a song by Shia and David. The name of the song is Titanium. I love that song. It says, You shoot me down, but I won't fall. That's the words in it. And it speaks to the resilience. Like, it says you shoot me down, but I won't fall. So that's like, you can shoot me down with birds, of course, but I won't fall. So whatever, you know, um, makes our comeback stronger. And if you have, this one, there is this chef that, I was watching an interview on the CNN of a chef, and his name is Chef Massimo. And he has his restaurant, and I think it was in New Jersey, he used to be in New York, I think New York restaurant. And I'm sorry, he's like an Italian chef, sorry, my bad. I don't know what I was confusing him with. But anyways, I was watching his interview on CNN, and he said that, initially when he opened his restaurants, he got some mixed feedback from his customers. And what he did was he didn't take that to heart. He actually made the changes to his recipes. He changed a lot. He tweaked his recipes, added some more and all of that. And later on, when he relaunched his restaurant, he reopened it with so many new recipes. And now it's a Michelin star restaurant. I saw nothing wrong with negative critique or negative feedback. I do feel that if you're really literally bummed up about it, then, you could go hike on top of a mountain, scream it out, there's a lot of universities that have that scream booth, and I'm pretty sure all of you know that about it, about the scream booths, SCREAM scream booths. So they have this isolated booths that they are dedicated to the universities and a lot of other institutions too. And it's open to people. You can actually get inside that booth, you can shout and scream and yell, or you went out, whatever it is. And, you come out of that screaming booth much lighter. So try it out if you haven't tried it, or figure out where the screaming booths are in your city. So, Scorpio, don't be bogged down by people's comments, by people's feedback. Some of them, I do feel, Scorpio is doing yoga to kind of release that kind of pressure on their mind, and you get corrected for your yoga postures. Also, is also what I'm picking up on that, somebody, your yoga instructor or somebody is actually correcting your postures. Like, Scorpio, sit up tight, or don't do this, don't do that, And when you follow that, I'm also getting a vibe that once you follow those instructions, that actually, you feel relieved. You feel better with those changes in the postures and all that. That's so similarly, I feel that some of you might also be when we watch things on the phone before we sleep, it really kind of, it takes away that mental peace. It takes away the deep sleep. It takes away our calm and peace, especially when you're watching videos or we are watching, just scrolling, just right before the sleep in the dark. That's not a good practice. And I see a lot of Scorpios are teaching the practice of scrolling in the dark before sleeping because, once you get away from that, especially at bedtime, and you just, put on some calm music and take a shower and then, or just read a book or journal and something and then go to sleep, you sleep better, you sleep deeper, and you wake up fresher. So some of you might be making those changes as well. Now, this is also about being tasks, our to-do list. Some of you could be playing those to-do lists in your mind, like this is done, this is still left, this is still left. So cut out those tasks, if that's bothering you so much. Scorpio, take a moment of pause and take a break, that might help you as well. But don't get irritated. I do get an energy of Scorpio that's here and getting agitated and irritated at things. But I feel that if you, I feel that those irritations, actually, you're able to course correct your own self. You're able to figure out why you're getting agitated or why you're getting irritated, and you're able to calm yourself down and then react in a positive way. So I do feel that this kind of honesty, especially in conversations, especially in, with people near and dear, with whom we work, with whom we live, whom we interact with, it's very important honesty, so that, we're able to speak our truth without fluffing in. But at the same time, be tactful in your communication. Don't be very blunt with words. Don't, just be watchful that your words are not sharp and blunt. And they're polished. They're, they're said with tact. So if you're able to handle that, if you're able to work on those little edges, then I feel that, you will be ready for takeoff, Scorpio. And the last card for this Scorpio you have is your imaginary friend. And it says childhood treasures resurface, number 15. So 1, 5, and 6 is coming through strong with this energy. Now, if you look at the picture, there is this girl that's holding a butterfly on one hand, and it's a caterpillar looking like a dragon in the other hand. It further says here, your inner child stands at the door with clear view and wild ideas, inviting you out to play. Accept the hand of your unseen ally. Follow the givel in your heart, and you'll find lost treasures waiting right where you left them, inside your own bright imagination. It further says, the path you've been hunting in the dark will light itself like a bedroom strung with Christmas lights. So this is a time to play. You know, like when you were younger, in our younger days, childhood days, we definitely have that imaginary friend. Or we just talk to our imaginary friend, you know, and pretend play and things like that. There are a lot of pretend museums also that are available for kids and adults So some of you might be interested into that. Or this could be like you see some kids doing this around you. It doesn't have to be your energy. It could be playing around you as well. But I feel that this is more about cheerleading your own self, you know, waking up your inner child, being like dumb childish, being childlike, you know, connecting with your inner child. Maybe there are some hobbies or some interests of the past. Maybe there's some paintings that you do. So bringing back to life or finding them, or maybe you're cleaning up your house and you find some diaries or some journals that you have written. So instead of trashing it away as like, oh, you know, that was that back then and things like that and saying negative things about it, instead you could put a positive spin on it and use it to further use. You know, I feel that your imaginary friend is nothing but the things that you are finding now from your childhood days, or it may be your gut feeling, you know, because Scorpios, you as a fixed water sign is highly intuitive. So you might be getting those hunches. You might pay attention to it. That's your imaginary friend. Or maybe you having some synchronicities, yeah, or happy coincidences, like somebody comes and says, or somebody from your childhood, you know, you meet or you receive a message or you just hear about them, something like that happens, you know, and it brings back childhood memories. You might be even reconnecting with them, you know, and suddenly you're out there catching up on golden days and planning future trips or future meetups. It could be something like that as well. So if there is something which is, you know, childlike or something related to your childhood days, don't dismiss those ideas. They could turn into something positive, something creative as well. These could be dreams that you had in your childhood as well, and they're coming back now. You're trying to remember, like, you know, when I was a young kid, maybe you saw something and that triggered that image or memory of the childhood dream that you had once. Also, this energy is asking you to be in a playful, in a jolly mood more, because once we shift that energy from a more serious, you have the Nine of Swords, which is about thinking, overthinking. The best way to transform that energy or to shift that energy is to play. Play in the sense, go watch a movie, play a board game, play a game on your phone. If your kids are around, go talk to them, go play something with them. You know, that's the best and the fastest way to shift any kind of energetic imbalance or any kind of block at this point in time, is what the this energy is encouraging you, because it's you know, this energy, the elements that are involved in this energy. First is the water. There's a lot of blue here. There's a lot of you know, imaginary, something coming out from your subconscious, your memory. Your memory, it could be your subconscious, you know, all of that translates to the water element. And then you have yellow here for firing you up. We already saw that throughout the reading that Mars is firing you up. There's red again for Mars, and then there is blue, which is the water element, and then there is the air element out here, because you're talking, you're thinking, there are thoughts. And that's the best combination, I feel, especially when water comes together with air element. What does it create? It creates mist. Mist is light, rises up. So, you know, if when you're taking, and that's why they say, you know, the shower rinses away your thoughts, your bad thoughts. So 9 of Swords, you already have the 9 of Wands. If you go take a shower, you use water element more, it will brush away your negative thoughts. So drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, go take a shower once or twice a day. Or, you know, go in a more watery area like a lake or a river, some kind of fountain. If you spend time around these areas, it will diffuse the 9 of Wands energy. Otherwise, your thoughts will drown you. You know, the Nine of Wands is an energy that our thoughts have the capability to drown us. But instead of drowning, we want those thoughts to be gone. We want them to be lifted up, and mist rises up. So they say when you take a shower, it creates a layer of mist that washes away our worries. You know, if the worries rise up like mist and they're gone. So I feel that the energy of connecting with the past, nothing wrong with it, you know. Everybody wants to connect with retro items. Retro items are making a huge comeback these days. Even the game player, the Nintendo now uploads, and it's really funny that how they upload every vintage game manual. They upload it free online. So for those of you who are Nintendo enthusiasts, you can print them out and you can put them up as well, especially if you use a lot of Nintendo art as drawing up. So some of you could do that as well. And I saw one lately. That's why I spoke about it. So now some of you could be finding things in the attic, or stuff that was put away for a long time. It's coming back. Maybe it's a book you wrote, maybe it's a recipe book that you figure out from your grandparents, and you try to cook that or make those recipes, and entertain the family with those recipes and things like that. So some of you could be in that. And let me tell you one more cute little thing that I read up about. There is a strange astronaut. His name is Thomas Pesquet. If you have read about it, I'm sure a lot of you have read about it. He tweeted very recently, childhood, when he was in his younger days, his childhood drawing of a space station, and he tweeted that next to his real ID, his photo ID, and I thought that was a really cute moment. Something like this, you might be into that as well, creating caricature and things like that. Or you could be reading some novels that you used to read when you were growing up in your teenager days, or something like that, or playing games that you were playing in your teenager days, like board games or hopscotches or chess or kites or something like that. So you could be into that, reviving those things and activities that you did in the past. I also feel some of you might be buying things that are that resonate with your childhood memories, or maybe you're passing it down to your kids, or kids are buying something like that, Moschino's, that's the designer, right? Moschino's, they have a line of backpacks, and it's called Pleat. So and it's like, the backpacks are giant teddy bear backpacks. So some of you could be into that as well. Some of you could be buying these backpacks for yourself or for your kids if you have kids, and I really love those teddy bear backpacks, those giant teddy bear backpacks, really cute ones. So Gerard Moschino's, I'm not promoting anything, but I just like it, and it occurs to me as I speak of energy, and when it comes to me, I have to say it out. Anyways, now I'm also going to speak about when incident that I had read about, Naomi Osaka. She came back from maternity leave, and she played her first tennis tournament, after she came back from the maternity break. She played it, the Al Open, the tennis tournament after her return from maternity, and she won. And the cutest thing about that was that she wore sneakers to that game with her childhood drawings on them when she came back after her maternity leave. I thought that was so cute and so relevant to this energy. It's the moment when we buy something for our kids or for our niece and for the other younger kids in the house, and we end up using it ourselves. Something like a toy you got for someone, or like a Rubik's Cube, or maybe a crayon set or the pen set, and then you start drawing and doodling yourself. So something like that could even be happening for you. But whatever this is about connecting with the inner child in a gentle way. When in the younger days, we never critiqued ourselves. You have that energy of critique and self-criticism with the 9 of Swords. So instead of, we never critiqued ourselves when we were kids. We were our own cheerleaders, and this energy is asking you to be your own cheerleader. So I do feel that some of you will definitely find something from your past, maybe some vintage posters or some fairy lights that you had, some toys, some books, some journals, some pictures and things like that. So the good old days are coming back here. Some of you might even be starting conversations about the good old days with your friends, with your family, with your neighbors, at your workplace, who knows, And of course, that not only brings back fond memories, but it also tells us that how different we were as we were growing up, more bolder, more curious. We were our own cheerleaders. We never had a problem like we are not enough. We never had those kind of thoughts. So be gentle that ways, bring the childlike spirit, the childlike energy, be curious, appreciate yourself, talk gently to yourself, and just, of course, enjoy those good old days memories as they come to you, Scorpio. So great energy here, great messages. Those were your messages, Scorpio, and hope you enjoyed them. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.